In the last video, if you remember, we used some of the features in Excel, some of the functions in Excel to calculate some of the values in our budget. So you'll remember we used the sum feature here and here, and then we created our own little equation to calculate the total savings here. What I've done, I want to show you why we do that. And what I've done is instead of using those formulas, using those features in Excel, what I've done is instead is just manually type these in. And we don't want to do that, and I want to show you why. Let's assume for a moment that this $1,000 is coming from a second job that you might have, and let's just say that you're working too many hours and you decide to cut back your hours from that second job in half. So instead of making $1,000, let's say instead you're making $500. You'll notice this doesn't update, and that's not what we want. We want these numbers, these totals, to update anytime we make changes to these features, right? Same thing here with utilities. So like let's say utilities go up to $450. This number here doesn't change. It just stays the same. Again, we don't want that. We want the program to be to change with us with our numbers as we make updates. So again, what I want to do is just kind of do a refresher here. So here we're just going to delete that out and we're going to type equals. And here we're going to use sum. Again, tab. And we're just going to click this top row here and then drag it to the next row. And then enter. You can close the parentheses if you want, but now you'll notice it updates to reflect the reduction in the amount of money that we earn from our second job by cutting our hours in half. Let's say instead you increase the number of hours that you work and you're making $1,500 instead of the $500. Again, it updates to account for that. It's showing $5,500. If you at your primary job, let's say you get a raise and you make $4,500. Again, it's going to update this total here to reflect that. We want to do the same thing with monthly expenses. So we want to be able to sum everything here so that anytime we make changes to any of these figures, it's going to update down here. So again, we're going to delete this out and equals, type sum, tab, and we're going to start at the top. We're going to click the very top item, which is rent, drag all the way down to other. And again, you can close the parentheses if you want, and then hit enter. And it's going to update those numbers. So anytime we make changes as these numbers change over time, it's going to update. Whoops! It's going to update that last total line item there. So let's say our gym membership increases to $75. It's going to update this to $2,650. Let's say we just get rid of our gym membership altogether. All right, it's going to make that update as well. You can also type 0 here if you want. But that's kind of why we want to use the sum feature, is it's really going to be helpful in terms of making sure these numbers are accurate as we make changes over time. And then also we want to do the same thing here. We're not going to use the sum feature. Again, if you remember, we used kind of a different process. We kind of created our own little mathematical equation. So what we did is we told the system, or we told the program, say, hey, we want to take this cell here, our total income, and we click the minus sign. We want to subtract out our monthly expenses. We select that here. And then again, we hit enter. So this is also going to update whenever we make changes to our monthly income or to our monthly expenses. So if instead of getting a raise of $500, let's say we got a raise of $1,000 from the original $4,000 we were earning, it's going to update this number down here. So it's going to be very intuitive in terms of just making sure that it's updating with all these numbers that we have up here and making sure that it changes with those numbers. So again, if our gym membership goes up to $75, it's going to update that here. If we decide we just want to, completely cancel our gym membership, we can just type 0. It's going to update that as well. So again, I just encourage you to practice using these formulas, practice using these functions, and just kind of play around with the numbers. You'll notice that it's very helpful as you go along. And as this becomes more advanced, you're going to want to be comfortable using those formulas, because it's really going to be difficult to try to manually keep track of everything. So just wanted to do a quick refresher, a quick reminder of the video from last time and why we use those features. Wanted to touch on that a little bit. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you do, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, again, it's really important for me if you leave comments, any feedback, questions. Always appreciate it. If you leave a question, I'll try to get back to you if I can. So appreciate you watching the video and I hope you enjoy.